Welcome back, students. Hope all are fine and doing well. Today, I'll take up exercise 1B based on GECA representation. Children, in your previous exercise, you would have learned how to organize the given raw GECA with the help of tally mark and frequency distribution table. Today, you will learn how to represent the GECA. GECA representation. GECA representation is the method of representing the information in terms of pictures, symbols, graphs, or numbers. The information we collect is called GECA. The two most popular way of representing the GECA are pictograph and column graph, also known as bar graph. Children, let's move to the first one, pictograph. What is pictograph? It is a visual representation of GECA using pictures. So picture is the key of pictograph. For example, children, look at this example. Favorite subjects: math, reading, social studies, and the most favorite subject is maths. This is how with the help of pictures we show the pictograph. Make a note, children. It's very important. Pictograph is omitted from the syllabus. Clear? So we will not do the question based on pictograph. Now let's move to the next topic, column graph, also known as bar graph. Data can be represented visually by columns, also called bars. This representation of graph is called column graph or bar graph. The three most important points which should be considered while preparing the bar graph are: the bars drawn can be vertical or horizontal. Second, the breadth or the width of the bars must be equal. Third, the gap between the consecutive bars are kept equal. Clear? The bar graph can be vertical bar graph in which the bars drawn are vertical, and you can see here the gap between the bars are same, or it may be horizontal. In case of horizontal bar graph, the bars are horizontal and the scales are marked on horizontal axis, as it's very clear in this figure. You can see, children. Children, to prepare bar graph, we'll use graph paper. You all are familiar with it. A graph paper can make the drawing of column graphs easier. It has horizontal and vertical lines marked across it. The space between the lighter lines is 1 mm, while that between the darker lines is 1 centimeter. Children, to make it more clear, I'll go with the exercise questions. So let's move to the exercise 1B sums. Children, hope the concept of bar graph is clear to everyone. Now let's do exercise 1B based on GECA representation. Here you have learned two ways of representing the GECA. One, pictograph. Two, column graph or bar graph. As you have been informed in the beginning of the lecture that pictograph is omitted from the syllabus. So from question 1 till question 4 are excluded from exercise 1B. Fine. So make a note, question number 1 to question 4 are based on pictograph, so omitted from the exercise 1B. Now let's move to question number 5. Students, in question 5, you are provided a bar graph. Step 1 is to analyze the bar graph and accordingly answer these questions. What is the question? Fill in the blanks on the basis of the figure, which shows the number of students admitted in a school in 5 different classes. The scale is 0.5 centimeter, shows 10 students. So let's try to analyze this bar graph. Children, let's try to understand this bar graph. If you see, the breadth of each bar is equal and the gap between each consecutive bar is equal. Next, the two axes are well labeled. Vertical axis shows the number of students and the horizontal axis shows the various classes. Let's try to analyze this bar graph. Class 1, 50 admission. Class 2, 45 children. Class 3, 40. Class 4, 60. And class 5, 55 admissions. Clear? Now let's try to answer these questions. Such a visual representation is called a column graph or bar graph. Question 2. The number of students in class 1 is 50. The number of students in class 5 is 55. The largest number of students were admitted in class 4. You can see the height. The total number of students admitted in the 5 classes, like a sum of 50 plus 45 plus 40 plus 60 plus 55 equals to 250. So total number of admissions are 250. Clear? Now question 6. Children, let's do question number 6. The following column graph shows the runs scored by India during a cricket match. The scale used is 0.5 centimeter equals to 1 run. At the beginning of the 46th over, India needed 6 runs per over for remaining 5 overs. 6 runs per over means 6 into 5. Altogether how many runs? 30 runs. Clear, children? To win the match. Now let's try to analyze the given bar graph. According to this bar graph, the vertical axis shows the runs and the horizontal axis shows the overs. And the height indicate the runs scored in each over. 46th over, how many runs are scored? 5 runs. In 47th over, 7 runs. In 48th over, if you see, 6 runs. In 49th over, 8 runs. If we sum up, it is 5 plus 7, 12. 12 plus 6, 18. 18 plus 8, 26 runs. So altogether they have scored how many runs? 26 runs. So in the next over, that is 50th over, how many more runs do they need to win the match? 30 minus 26, that is 4 runs. This is how we have already analyzed the bar graph given, and now let's move to the question based on it. Question number 1. How many runs did India score in 48th over? 48th over, 6 runs. How many runs did India require to make in the 50th over to win the match? So till 49th over they have scored 26 runs, and to win the match they need how many runs? 30 runs. So 30 minus 26. 30 minus 26 equals to 4 runs. So how many runs did India require to make in the 50th over to win the match? They needed 4 runs to win the match. Clear, children? Next part of the question is represent the data in the tabular form. In this you'll write the over here and the number of runs in each over and prepare the data. So how many overs in 46 over? 46th over, 5 runs. In 47th over, 7 runs. In 48th over, how many runs? 6 runs. And in 49th over, 8 runs. This is how you can prepare the data in tabular form. Do neatly in your book itself. This question number 6 you should complete in your book itself. Okay. Now question number 7. Question 7 is to prepare the bar graph. Let's read the question. The table shows the time taken by 4 students to read a story. Represent the data by a bar graph. Names and time taken in minutes. Ruby takes 25 minutes. Nitin takes 30 minutes. Biru 20 minutes and Boni 35 minutes. So let's move to the preparation of the bar graph. Let's start. Draw the two axes, label them. Time taken on vertical axis and horizontal axis shows the names. Then mark the scales. Decide your scale as 1 centimeter equals to 10 minutes and accordingly you write on vertical axis. Next, draw the bars according to the given data. Ruby takes 25 minutes, Nitin 30 minutes, Biru takes 20 minutes to complete the story, Boni takes 35 minutes to complete the same story. Then give a title, Time taken to read a story by Force Cookings. Children, you can make it more attractive by filling the colors. From here, it is very clear. Ruby takes 25 minutes to complete the story. Nitin 30 minutes. Biru 20 minutes. And Boni takes 35 minutes to complete the story. Clear? Hope question 7 is clear to all. Now question 8 is your homework question which you will do in which copy? Graph copy. You all have been provided a graph copy from the school. In this graph copy, children, let me open and show you. You'll use this right side of the copy for writing the question and the data. And bar graph you will complete on left side the graph paper provided. Altogether you have 3 sums to complete in your graph copy. So exercise 1B you will complete in which copy? Graph copy. Clear? Now let's move to question number 9. On a popularity rating conducted by Sun Network, actress A received 40% vote, actress B received 20% votes, actress C received 30% votes, and others received 10% votes. Display the data using a column graph. If you see the given data 10, 20, 30, 40. So very easily we can decide the data as 1 centimeter equals to 10% votes. And let's try to complete in the graph copy. I'll show you how to use your graph paper for making the bar graph. So all of you be ready with me, as you have been informed that whatever we do in the lecture is the classwork you should do with me, and the homework sums at the end of the lecture. So let's start. Children, question 9. According to the question, I have prepared the tabular form of the data in which actors are A, B, C and others, and their vote in percentage are 40% to A, 20% to B, 30% to C, and others got 10% vote. This I have noted on right side of the graph copy. Now let us try to make bar graph according to the given data. So for this we'll use the graph page. Here already I have drawn the two axes, vertical axis and the horizontal axis. Vertical axis is also known as y-axis and the horizontal axis is known as x-axis. As we have decided the scale as 1 centimeter equals to 10% vote. So let's try to mark the scale on the vertical axis. 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, so on. But we need till maximum 40%. So let's write the values here. 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. These are the votes. So label the axis votes in percentage, and you all should use only pencil on graph paper. Don't use pen. Now let's try to label this axis. This is showing the actresses. So children, according to the given data, actress A got 40% vote. So let's draw the first bar till 40. Actress A. Actress B got 20 votes. So let's complete the bar. Actress C got 30 votes. So let us take the hike till 30. Hope it's clear to all. Others got 10. So 10 means till this hike. With this, your bar graph is completed. Is it complete? No. Few things are still left in it. What are the things? The main part is the title of the bar graph. Without that, this bar graph is incomplete, has no meaning. Next, we have left the actress name. So let us complete the actress name. Actress B, actress C, and others. And just beside the title, hurry up. Let's take one beautiful title for this bar graph on the basis of popularity, the ranking of the actress. Here 2 points should be taken care. There is no compulsion to take the same scale. It may differ, it's up to you. And the heading. The two can be of your choice. But whenever you decide the scale, the gap should be equal. Children, can you see the difference now? Now I have colored it to make it more attractive to gain your attention. Similarly, you can also make it more attractive by using only pencil colors. Don't use sketch pen there, okay? Now, if you see this bar graph, it's complete. It has a title, we have mentioned the scale, the axes are well labeled, the scale is well marked in it, and the categories are named properly, and the bars are of equal breadth, and there is equal gap between the consecutive bars. This is how we complete a given bar graph if the question comes. Children, hope you have enjoyed bar graph. Now let's move to homework sums. Exercise 1B homework sums are question 6 do in book itself and question 8 do in graph copy. So with this I conclude. Take care, stay blessed. Thank you.